right, good afternoon everybody. So we're out here on a beautiful Monday evening and sun's going down. We got some cool weather and I am pretty stoked to make this little video right here. I have got the Vanquish VRD Straight axle kit and I've got the Vanquish VRD Stance. The Stance is the RTR version. The straight axle one is a kit that I built. I'm going to run both these trucks side by side, see how they do, see what the differences is and the clearances on the differentials, and see how these trucks stay on the ground when they get off camber and on some climbs. Both these trucks, as far as suspension and chassis go, are the way they come out of the box or in the builder's kit. Neither one of them have any added weight to them. The straight axle kit actually has the Jconcepts ruptures on them, and I've actually got the Jconcepts megalithics, whatever they are, on the portal version right here. And I'm actually going to do two parts to this video. We're going to see how these perform today, and then I will come back and switch the tires and wheels on these two trucks, and we'll go through the same lines again and see what kind of difference that make. As far as the height of the tires, there's a considerable difference in the ruptures and the megalithics. I think the ruptures like a 4.75 and the megalithics are probably about 4.5. So there's a little difference in the size on these tires, which probably will help this straight axle kit getting it a little bit higher off the ground. So anyway, without much further ado, let's get this. I'm going to start out with a straight axle and we'll carry it over. I've got some pretty decent lines set up. I'm going to test these trucks to their limits, and let's see how this goes. All right, see you in a second. All right, here we go. We got this first little feature right here. We got a little step up onto the concrete, and we got a pretty steep little rollover right here as we climb up on these rocks. Got a good sharp edge on it right here, and I think this might be one of the areas we're going to get to see if there's that big of a difference between the clearance on the portals and the straight axle. Then we got to make a hard right turn to get over to the back side and clear this third set of gates. Now, by the way, the blue one is the straight axle truck, and this one is the one that has the Jconcepts ruptures on it. So let's get right into this and see how this goes. Looking good so far. This sharp turn right here. Getting a little bit of hang up on the differential, but it did slide on across it. I believe we've cleared all the gates. We were sliding on that rear diff, but we did get across there. All right, got through all three gates, didn't touch one of them, and did not get hung up. So let's bring the portal kit over here and see how it does. Okay, here we go. We got the portal truck over here on the first feature. The straight axle truck got right through, no problems, didn't touch any gates. The rear differential did drag a little bit when I made the turn to get over this spot right here. It did get on through with no issues, but anyway, let's give this portal truck a try and see how it slides through there. Here we go. No problem so far. Looking good. Let's see what we got when this rear differential comes across right here. Oh, so I did touch two gates there and my differential got hung up on this truck. So anyway, I'm going to come back and try this again right quick, and let's see if I can do something different. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this again. This is actually my second try on this first feature with a portal truck. The first time I got hung up on the top of these rocks and could not make the turn to clear the third set of gates. So let's just see if it was me and my line, and let's try this again. Looking good so far. Try and come further over this way this time. All right, I don't think I could get any closer without touching that gate. I'm going to start a hard right turn about right now. And same thing. Rear differential hung up on that rock. I got the last gate on the left hand side, and I clipped the second one 2 times in a row. So apparently there's a little bit of difference in the steering radius on these trucks too. So anyway, that was 2 tries right there. So let's move on to the second feature and see how it goes. All right, here we go. Let's jump right into this second feature. I got my kitty cat out here helping us up. So we got a little bit of a steep rollover to get started into this first set of gates, and then it'll really fast get considerably steeper. What I'm gonna do with both of these trucks is when the back wheels fall into this spot right here, I'm gonna let them come to a dead stop. And let's see if they'll crawl up out of that or not. I think that'll be a very good comparison to see how these, the front end stays down on these trucks, and see if there's any differences in the center of gravity being a little lower on the straight axle truck. So let's get this started and climb on up in here. Far looking good. We got the cat judging over here. I may have touched the gate there, but I don't believe she called it, so I'm gonna keep on going. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right here after these back tires have settled into this low place. And let's see if this thing will crawl out of here. My golly, it is. It's gonna crawl right out. Now I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be surprised if the Portal VRD does the same, but we'll see. Looking good, looking good. All right, no problems. Well, I think I touched one on the bottom, but the cat didn't call it, so we're gonna let it go. All right, let's move on to our third feature. Okay, here we go. Feature number 2, first try. We'll see if we can climb right up here. I'm gonna stop right in this low spot like I did with the straight axle truck and see if I can crawl right out of it and the front end stay down, and let's give her a try here and see how it goes. So I was definitely not expecting the outcome of that first feature over there. The differential on the rear of this Portal actually got hung up where the straight axle truck got over it. A little light touch there on the gate. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the rear tires in here just like I did the other one, and I can already tell you this is probably not gonna crawl out of this. Let's see what happens. No. Okay, here we go. Feature number 2, try number 2. In my first attempt, I flipped it over backwards trying to crawl out of this low spot. So let's give it one more try and see what happens. Not only did I flip it over backwards, it went plumb to the bottom of the ditch. All right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, here we go, right here. And it's already trying to lift the right front. Let's see what we can do. Okay, we've got it this time. All right, second try was the charm. Crawled right out. Oh, I did touch the gate with the left front tire. Okay, we did get it on the second try. Let's move on to the third feature. All right, here we go. Number 3. This is a very tough off-camber line right here. You know, I think I only get this thing about 1 out of every 5 tries. So I'm gonna take it really slow and see if I can keep this truck down on the ground and get through here. So let's see how this goes. So when you start into this second set of gates right here, it's very important that your right rear tire climb up just in front of the lower second gate. And if you don't make that little lip right there, you can about forget this one. And we are so close, but we did make it. All right, let's see if she'll stay down and get on up here. So far, I'm having good luck filming today. It usually takes me 4 or 5 tries to make this little obstacle right here, but I believe it's gonna work out first time. And we got this climate protester up here in the way. It's not wanting to budge. Let's see what she's gonna do. All right. So far, we are about perfect with this straight axle VRD here. And actually, I was very impressed with that one right there. Not that great a driver, but it done pretty good then. Okay, here we go. Feature number 3, first try with the portal truck. Let's see if we can get it through here on this off-camber climb and see how this one does. It's actually taken me 2 tries with this to complete the first 2 features that I done very easily first try with the straight axle rig. So let's see how this one here goes. Heading uphill a little bit, kind of set up for that right rear to climb just in front of this lower green gate. Looking good so far. Uh-oh. Might be in trouble. I believe she's gonna settle down. Okay, yeah, she's settling down. All right, I thought she's gone there. Looks like the right rear tire is gonna come up about where it needs to be. It just won't slip over. It slipped. All right, so we did not make that gate there. We did clear with the straight axle truck. Let's see if we can get the rest of it. All right, I think we got it. Didn't seem to quite have the traction as a straight axle truck. Well, we did make it. Did hit one of the second gates right here. I'm going to give this one a second try too and see if I can completely clear it or not. So let me reset my gates here and we'll try this again. Okay, here we go. Third feature, second try with the portal truck. Let's see if I can slide it through here and not hit any gates this time. I'm trying really hard to keep it on the exact same lines that I ran with a straight axle truck. These are 12.5-inch wide gates, so we couldn't be off much. All right, let's see if we can get up on here a little better this time. Yep, much better climb up on it that time. I believe the rear tire is going to hang on. Nope, she's slipping over. Same thing. Missed the second bottom gate. All right, let's see if we can get on up here a little better this time. It might be just a little better traction with those ruptures than there is with these megalithics. All right, we did complete it, but 2 times in a row we clipped the second gate, which I ran perfectly with the straight axle truck. So let's move on to the next obstacle and see how that one goes. Okay, here we go. We'll slide into this 4th obstacle here with the straight axle Vanquish. We're going to run past these skeleton cats first, and we got a set of blue gates right here on the rocks, and we'll move into these green ones here, and we'll get off camber, see if we can get through there without sliding off to the side. Then we'll move on up here and climb out of this valley. So all right, let's jump into this and see how this one goes. Let's see if we can get through here. I think we're gonna have this. All right, that went very good. So let's make a hard right turn here and see if I can get up on the side of this hill without it sliding off and clear these next set of gates. It's good so far. I think we may have it. Awesome. Shouldn't be no problem getting out here. So in my previous video, several people have suggested that I name some of my obstacles, hills, and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I think that's a good idea. I think, for instance, I might actually call this one right here the Tiki Hill. These are the Polynesian statues I got up here. But anyway, back to the truck. Got through there with no problems. And let's get the portal one over here and see how this goes. Okay, here we go. We got the portal rig over here on feature number 4. We're going to give it a run past the skeleton cats. We got the blue gates, the green ones, and the yellow ones. And we'll see if we can make it up to the Tiki statue. So let's give this a run here and see how the portal one does versus a straight axle. Looks like we got the first set of gates, no problem. Yep. Well, let's make this hard right turn. Give it a little back up here and see if we can get through this off-camber side here. Looking good so far. Slid down, got that gate. Woohoo. I think she's gonna settle down and get on through here. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can climb on out of this valley without any problems. Okay, there you are. I did touch one gate with it. Is that my driving? Possibility. I tell you what, let's give it one more try and see. Hang on just a second, I'll bring her back down the bottom. Okay, let's give this another try. I'm gonna slide in between these cats. This will actually be about my 4th attempt. So far, I have not been able to slide through all 3 of these gates without clipping one. Let's give it one more try here. Just trying to be sure that it's not me, that it's the trucks that just, you know, perform a little differently. And like I said, there is going to be a second part to this video. I'm going to put the megalithic that's on this portal truck onto the straight axle truck, and I'm going to put the ruptures on this one and do the exact same features again and see how these trucks, see if they perform any differently than they did here. All right, here we go. I got the first one. Let's see if I can get through this next set of gates right here. Just I got the judge up there. We might have it. I think we're in trouble. I just cannot get that gate right there with this one, no matter how hard I try. And honestly, I think the straight axle truck gets over that rollover at the top better than this portal rig does. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Last feature for this little test right here. I think I'm actually going to name this one right here Bigfoot Mountain. Hopefully the cat agrees. But anyway, let's get climbing into this first set of gates right here. Then this will get off camber again, and we'll see if we can make this turn and get around the apex on the top of this rock right here without any issues. And here we go. Let's see how this straight axle kit does. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I am running the Jconcepts ruptures on this straight axle kit right here. And this will be part one of the comparison between these two trucks. And on part two, I am going to come back and put the ruptures on the portal kit and put the megalithics on this one here, and we'll do the same lines again and see how they perform. By the way, this has really done good so far right here. I believe we're going to get right through it without any issues whatsoever. Yep, no problems. I may be wrong, we'll see. I personally don't think it is the tires. I think it's just the lower center of gravity that we have with the straight axles versus the portals that is, you know, making this truck perform so much better than the stance, or the portal version that I have anyway. But anyway, we're going to stop this truck right here at Old Bigfoot, and we're going to go get the portal truck and finish this comparison out, and we'll talk about it for a second at the end of the video and see what the final results are. So see you in just a second. Okay, here we go. Last feature. I was able to get right through this with the straight axle truck with no issues. Let's see if I can walk through it with the portal rig. So far so good. Back end slipping on me just a little, but we ever so slightly touched it. I'm gonna slide on up here by Bigfoot and get this protester out of the way. Oh my gosh. That was pretty funny right there. Okay, there we go. So listen, I'm gonna carry them over to the table now. Let's talk about this just a little bit. See you in a second. Okay, so there we go. That wraps it up. That was my little comparison between the Vanquish VRD straight axle truck versus the portal rig. And it was definitely a completely different outcome than I expected. I really expected the lower differentials on this straight axle truck to get hung up on so much more obstacles, rock points and rollovers than the portal set did, which absolutely was not the case here. As a matter of fact, I'd say that my portal truck got hung up more than the straight axle truck did. Now, possibly there's a little bit advantage because these ruptures seem to be just a little bit taller than the megalithics. Now, I am going to do a second version of this test, and I'm going to rotate the tires on these trucks and see if that makes any kind of difference. But for right now, I absolutely call the straight axle VRD the clear winner right here. By no means do I want to throw off on this portal rig right here, because before building this straight axle kit, it is absolutely my favorite truck that I own. So anyway, that's going to wrap that one up right there, and I will definitely get busy and make a second part to this, you know, like I said, with the ruptures on the portal truck and the megalithics on the straight axle truck, and we'll see if there's any difference. So anyhow, thank you for watching, and hope this has been informational to you. Catch you later.